When I turned 22, my adoptive parents lined up their 3 biological sons in front of me and told me to pick one to marry. This time, I chose their adopted son without hesitation. Everyone was stunned by my decision, since everyone knew I was totally into Eric Frost. Back then, I finally got to marry Eric, and he ended up inheriting the entire Frost family's fortune because of it. But right after our wedding, he started hooking up with the nanny's daughter, Tiffany Spencer. When Eric's parents found out, they fired the nanny and her whole family in a rage. Eric thought I was stirring up trouble between them, and he hated me so much that he wished he could grind me to dust. After that, he and Tiffany became even more devoted to each other. Their bond was stronger than ever, and they were practically inseparable. Later, Eric went so far as to join forces with his 2 brothers and lock me in the basement, leaving me to die of starvation. Now that I had a second chance, I decided to step aside and let them be together. But what I never saw coming was that all 3 Frost brothers got a second chance at life too. I just stepped out of my adoptive father's study when I turned and saw Devin, Eric, and Jacob standing there. The moment they saw me, they couldn't even hide how much they hated seeing me. The eldest son of the Frost family, Devin, was the first to speak. Violet, you're just the Frost family's adopted daughter. Why are you always hanging around my dad's study? You really have no shame, chasing after guys like some pathetic simp. The third son, Jacob Frost, gave a mocking laugh and rolled his eyes, not even bothering to hide his irritation. Devin, if you keep talking to Violet like that, what are you gonna do if she gets all upset again? Jacob said, his tone dripping with sarcasm. Eric, the second son, shot me an impatient look. Violet, what are you doing with my dad again? Did you go tattling on us? You're always acting like a nosy old hen. If you're so desperate for me to marry you, I'll have to think twice. Just don't come around for a while. I'm sick of seeing you. His tone dripped with impatience and disdain, and his eyes said the same. He never loved me. I replied coolly, none of your business if I go see Kelvin. He said he wanted to throw me a birthday bash this year, so we were just sorting out the plans. The 3 Frost brothers gawked at me like I'd grown a second head, their faces full of disbelief. Kelvin Frost was always too busy to give a damn about birthday parties. The only reason he was making a fuss this time was to drop a bombshell at my party. He'd once said that when I turned 22, he'd let me choose one of his 3 sons to marry, and whoever was my husband would be the heir and inherit the whole Frost family's fortune. The 3 brothers all wore different expressions, but Devin and Jacob both gave Eric complicated look. Congrats, Eric. Looks like you're about to become the Frost family's next heir, Devin said, with a hint of irony. Eric, don't forget about me when you're on top, alright? Jacob added, his tone just as mocking. Eric gave me an arrogant smirk. Violet, you've been chasing after me for years, and now you finally get what you want. You must be thrilled, right? He took a step closer, his voice turning icy. Let's be clear, this marriage is just a transaction. We both get what we want. After we're married, we keep out of each other's lives. Don't even think you can tie me down. Otherwise, I'm not marrying you. I frowned, wondering how Eric could make such a ridiculous demand and act like it was no big deal. I shot him a suspicious look, memories from my life before flashing through my mind. Did he get a second chance at life just like me? Just then, I heard a pretentious voice behind me. Violet. It was Tiffany, putting on her usual act. Tiffany, the nanny's daughter, strolled over in her comfy clothes, beaming at us. Eric spotted her and immediately lit up, walking over with a smile. Tiffany, you're still sick. Shouldn't you be resting in your room? Eric said, his voice dripping with concern. Tiffany's eyes were red at the corners, and she was totally playing up her weakness. My mom asked me to come check on Violet, in case she was hungry. Eric shot me an annoyed glare. Seriously, how old are you? Can't you get yourself something to eat? Do you really need someone to tell you to eat? Can't you see Tiffany is sick? He grabbed Tiffany's hand and started to walk away, but after a couple of steps, he stopped and shot me a warning look. Violet, if you mess with Tiffany again, there's no way I'm ever marrying you. I let out a mocking laugh. This time, I didn't want you.